Hello everyone and welcome once again. Maybe you can feel it already. I'm feeling a little bit better than the last few streams. As I mentioned in the previous stream, midway through it, I've had issues sleeping, but recently the issues I want to say were maybe not completely solved, but the situation is much better. And I have much more energy, as well as I feel more hyped. I've been looking into things also off stream, because I've had a couple of issues that were a little bit odd. Well, maybe not odd, but definitely required issues that required a little bit more focus on my side, even off stream, especially when it comes to topics that, let's say, I'm not great at, networking, for example. So I did a little bit of research, and maybe I found solutions for two issues, one of which I didn't really evaluate as an issue, whereas the other was indeed an issue. So one of them was Watchdog not working, and I have an idea of how to troubleshoot it more than anything. So I don't have a solution, I just have an idea. Whereas same for the other issue that I didn't really name as an issue before, or maybe I did indirectly, I guess. The DHCP configuration definitely works, as in the OpenWrt virtual machine has been able to connect to the internet, so that I could go forward with the configurations. But at the same time, that is definitely an issue, as every time I reboot the virtual machine, a new IP address is assigned to the virtual machine. And that's definitely not ideal, not good at all even. So maybe I understood the previous issue with the configuration with the static IP address. So I will attempt to reconfigure it and see what happens. These are the two main troubleshooting things, troubleshootings, I guess, not things, that I want to focus on. And if both of those are figured out, I will move on to look into the creation of an Ansible playbook for the whole configuration that I've performed manually up until now. As I mentioned during the last stream and previously during previous streams, I'm pretty sure the rest of the configuration, so what is downstream from the OpenWrt virtual machine, will likely be all offline, or maybe most of it. One thing I need to figure out is the Wi-Fi connectivity through the OpenWrt virtual machine, for which I need to actually understand if I need an access point, or I can do with the Wi-Fi antenna from the Proxmox host I'm using. That is, to be clear, it's the Wi-Fi is not used. The internet connectivity is retrieved, let's say. It's not the best way to say it, through Ethernet, as the Proxmox host is located just beside my router, physical router, that is from the internet service provider that gives me the connectivity. So that's the idea pretty much. Let me move on to show a little bit of differences in the graph mainly. So the porting to Terraform was completed. I just need to commit the changes to the repository. Maybe I will do that as well later. Manual configuration of the VM is something that is almost done. The two topics I was talking about previously is what is missing to be completed, and then move into Ansible. And another thing you may notice is not this, the new part, but it is the fact that if you look into the previous stream, you will actually find the video timestamps, so that you can even just look at whatever you are interested about in the previous stream. And to be clear, it will be a process, but I plan to implement that also for all the previous streams. I think maybe from day 6 I have already the timestamps. Maybe not day 6. Yeah, day 6 I definitely have it. Maybe day 5 as well. Day 5 I don't, so I remember correctly. So maybe in a few weeks I will have everything in place for definitely since day 6 all the streams will have timestamps, and maybe also the previous streams. I do recall that day 5 has had some issues, so I need most likely to re-upload it, and day 4, 2, 3 and 1, great order to name them, will need a rewatch to actually note down the timestamps, but I plan to do that. I will not finish before next week, but we will see when I will finish. So I think we can get back into it and start doing things. That is, first I need to I guess remember the IP address. Let me actually retrieve it, because I don't remember it. So what was it? 38. Okay, so yeah, I guess I could have searched for the command directly. So the idea is to config network, if I go correctly, yes. So in here, what we are missing, if everything goes well, is to do this back to static. 200 is good enough for the time being, and option gateway (192, 168, 11). In theory, like this, the configuration, so the IP address for this virtual machine will be static, but at the same time, in theory, the virtual machine will be able to connect to the internet. So let's just test it. Init the network start. Obviously, it's not connected anymore, and IPA is okay. And if I go pkg, just quickly date, it seems no, failed. And that means I will need to search a little bit more to fix this. This one is something I thought would be fixed just like this. It's not the case. Nope. Sage, let me search. Let's go to 100 and it's a bit annoying because it's not working as intended, but I guess it's okay. Let's put it back as it was before, and I will focus on that in another moment. I just hope that DHCP and etc the network restart once again. (47). Let's see. Oh, jeez. (47). Perfect. So 47, and yeah, as you can see, there is still no password for the root user, and for the time being that will be the case. I don't have any rush in setting it. It would be likely the last part of the configuration that I care about, because it's easy to manage and quick to manage actually. Anyways, Watchdog. So ubus call system Watchdog, if I recall correctly. It's offline, and we had to do something like this. Stop false, which does not work. And if I go like this, I recognize. Wow. a bit. Could not be preloaded, no device. Yeah. This is the wrong package. pkg update. pkg. So last time, well, static IP address will be quick. Test setting tick IP address plus the gateway. Didn't work. It didn't work. Actually, give me a second. I will need to do this. Yes, you will not see this for a moment. Nothing. It's okay. I quickly looked into the browser interface, I guess, for the OpenWrt virtual machine, and I didn't share it. Anyways, Watchdog. Looking into this part of the message, it seems that the package that I have installed for the kernel module I have installed for Watchdog to work is the incorrect one, maybe, but I will try manually setting it. So anyways, let's try this. Running the dmesg command, which is a different version of the dmesg I'm used to, but once again, I can understand it given that the this operating system is as tiny as possible, so the dmesg will be the smallest version possible, I guess. But anyways, I need the dmesg command, the output in includes these lines. This leads me to believe that the kernel module installed is not the correct one. And now I have a doubt. Do I have this? No. Now I have a doubt because anyways, I will see it pretty quickly. So what I can do is mount probe, something like this, cannot be probed, make it like this, fade to find them. Ls mod Intel. Yeah, I think I understood the issue quite well, and that was my doubt. So the kernel module is incorrect, but why? My assumption was that I should use a kernel module that is for an AMD CPU, given that the Proxmox host has an AMD CPU. But this is a virtual machine inside that Proxmox host, and the virtualized hardware, I think, is an Intel CPU. So let's try to confirm this. Kernel module E915, I think. Intel. Yada yada yada, but it is stuff for Intel. I mean, Intel integrated graphics. Yeah, it's good enough, in my opinion, as I don't think there would be an AMD CPU with Intel graphics. And now I need to find not this. So it means that I need to remove more than one package. This one, because I need Intel. Yeah, for the time being, drop here configuration, I will think about it. UCI system, it's useful. Not the time, not needed anymore, not needed. Not needed. I is not needed. Okay, a little bit of cleanup. This is not needed. What is needed right now is this. And Intel. So I need to remove this and this. Let's move it here. OPKG. And there is a remove. Create remove. Remove. This and this. And then OPKG install Intel microcodes and this one. Let's reboot. And with the reboot, I need, so this can be closed now. With a reboot, the virtualized hardware includes Intel CPU. Lose the version incorrect packages installed. Most likely. And now UBus system Watchdog. It's offline, but once again, let's see what happens if we go stop false. Still offline. Demesge. Maybe I need to manually best mod. Grab it. Grab WDT. Still offline. Still offline. Why though? Oh. This is still offline. So this was correct. So installed let me retrieve the packages that were uninstalled and installed. So the one I installed are this. pkg remove pkg install perfect. I'm trying to understand why it does not work. Call system watchdog, stop false. If no watchdog is available, the status parameter is offline. This could also happen when the hardware watchdog driver is built as kmod, as procd tries to initialize the watchdog before loading the kernel modules. In this case, it is possible to start the watchdog afterwards. This is physical stuff, it's not so important. But at the same time, ubus call system watchdog. Oops. If I go ubus at socket time, use simplified output, more verbose output. -v. Maybe at the end. Nope. There is no more verbose. For monitor. Path is a system method is what. Listen, send, wait for monitor. Maybe I can monitor this one. Yeah, but monitor does not have a path method. Monitor. if 200 doesn't exist, so what was it, 47 I think? No, 48. Yeah. So view bus monitor. System Watchdog. Okay, let's see. Validate firmware image path 3 system great. Command status 0 invoke. Root group root. It's offline. Yeah. I don't need to see that, but I want to see in case I do this what happens. Stop force. But it doesn't like it anyways. Doesn't like it anyways. OpenWrt Watchdog status offline. Yeah, I'm in this situation. Failure, exit no watchdog. Okay, interesting. So there seems to be WT TFD. Nothing. Status detection, yeah, okay, but debugging support. Okay. Okay. Let's go dmesh grep dog. Nothing. Minus C. I, sorry, minus I. Let's try fgrep. I don't think it changed. WDT. So that there is definitely some kind of issue, because okay, WDT. Are you telling me, oh, this last version is not what I'm used to? Okay, this is for actual specific hardware, so it's not what I'm needing. Status offline, virtual machine. This is interesting. Deep wiki. So this one is definitely something I will keep in my own documentation. Watchdog timer. My bad. Nothing is said. Mod info. Mod info. Module details. So ETCO. What was it called? Yeah. Mod info. This. Module platinum because it's not running. Oh, come on. Yeah, ubus to stop the service. Stop. Wait a minute. I mixed Italian and English. To stop the service, not to stop a service, probably. Let's try to troubleshoot. Let's see what's coming up. So definitely one thing of the two that I plan to do today failed. It seems that also the second one is not going well. There is no error. And there is no warning. Look, trying doesn't hurt. Let's try to stop it and to start it. So, true. False. I expected this to not work, but it's always a good idea to actually try it. Snippet. Okay. Try. Timeout. Mate. Still flying. Oh. Oh. E6300 is whatever it is. So this is the issue, it seems. Let me see if there is something like that. Watchdog. Minus watchdog. Actually, does that? That's not cool at all. Model. And my model is ITC or whatever. I don't know if it's there. No, it's not there. It's mod. WDT. So this would be the model. I don't like this at all. Oh yeah. So you're telling me QM set 101 if I recall correctly, or 100? 100. Let's see what happens. Watchdog action equal reset model equal TCO. This is 0. TCO. What's happening? Format. Okay. That's okay. AB700 or that. So I don't have a choice. don't have a choice of that, but I have a choice. IP 700 or 6300 SP, and in here it's telling me that okay, let me search for it. PKG find this. This is not there. Search. Search kmod. What else? Find kmod. Oh wait. PKG updates maybe. It's there. It's there. So that's what's going on. And if I go in here, E6300 is not there. That's not good. WDT. That's not good. That is not good. Oh yeah, I've seen some video that made me learn some German as well. But anyways. Dog. Oh, this is really not cool. I don't think this includes it. Dog. Guides. It seems that this is something that I cannot manage through Terraform. Minus Watchdog. Anyways, PKG, and let's go and let's go and remove this. No, sorry. Kmod needs to be removed. This and install this. Reboot. Once again, new. took a while. Okay. Ubasco system Watchdog offline. Maybe it didn't start for that reason. Try to start before the kernel module was good. Stop. Of course. Okay. Still freaking offline. ls-mod. Grep wdt. Nope. Grep dog. Nope. Grep what? 63. This one. Mod probe. Starting to become a little bit annoying. It is starting to become a little bit annoying. This I don't need. This I don't need. This I don't need. This I don't need. I always forget to clean up stuff. Watchdog will enable by default with next reboot to confirm. Okay. Dev Watchdog does not exist. Why Watchdog would be here given the alphabetical order. So even this is not good, but what I can do is try to use IP700 at this point. I mean pkg update pkg find kmod IP700 wdt. It's there. Let's try. See, okay. So assets. Nope. Set. Okay, let's just set the new one, I guess. 8700. Correctly. B700. B700. Okay. So we have this. We have at this point opk remove and opkg install this and reboot once again. Yeah, 1 hour online and I haven't drank anything. When I'm focused, I forget that I need to drink. Oh, now it's working, it seems. View bus, cool system, Watchdog. Nice. Therefore, this is the correct one. This is a good news and at the same time not the greatest. But anyways. This requires a manual modification of the VM. That seems to be something that cannot be as through Terraform. And Proxmox host. Still, I will try to figure out if I can do it through so if I go in here and I search for action, whatever. I don't see anything that could be useful. Anything at all. This of course is longer. And yet so Proxmox Watchdog. Proxmox Watchdog. Wait. whatever. Ah, my knees. My knees. By the way, let me check. Yeah. Still a latest version. I am skimming through things. It is just extremely annoying having to add this manually. Uh, 2022. Watchdog, Terraform. Maybe I can find something. This is a closed issue. The Watchdog option is supposed by Proxmox VM. The support is likely straightforward. If I another bad story, the option is a filter. So discover the CRUD function. Wait. And support for hardware Watchdog timers. To add other Watchdog to my VMs. Watchdog is thank you. The Watchdog option is exposed by the Proxmox VM. So adding support is like this straightforward. So what does this mean? Add support. Merged. So it is available, it seems. It is just not documented. Is that what it is telling me? It would seem so. And it would make me really happy. Merged, normal sizes, not yet. My son, just merged. Close this issue. Okay. This means that it is available. And yet, I don't commented on. It would be nice to understand which version it was released, but we are talking about 2024 release 066. Okay, so Okay, so instead of this, let me take this. That seems to be something that can be managed through Terraform. And we go to and I will need to test it, but not now, to be honest. This is definitely something that is making me happy, because I managed to make Watchdog work through trial and error, and I managed to find that maybe this can be managed through Proxmox Telmate Provider, I guess. This post was really useful, so let me refer to it. This modification was inspired by this post. Okay. This is not needed, this is not needed, this is not needed, this is not needed. I don't need to be very in-depth about the configuration. So this is positive, this is not positive, but I will try to figure it out offline, off stream, or then offline. Now we can start to, you know what, maybe we can actually test this thing real quick, because after all I just need to add it in here as a block in here. So Watchdog and what was it, action equal does it, what was it? I need to open that issue once again. Action result enable true. Not string boolean. Okay, and change me again. And now we recreate the virtual machines. Yes, cluster Terraform. So Terraform plan manage out deploy. unsupported block type. Why is it telling me it's not supported? Because it's not Telmate. Damn it. It's a different provider. It's a different provider that I don't know if it is. Well, it is. Terraform and OpenTofu provider for Proxmox VE. It seems to be quite this is the Telmate. So if I go to provider and I search for Proxmox PGP, no. Source code, I don't care. Proxmox cloud automation 094, and they are publishing a lot of stuff. They are publishing a lot of stuff. Okay, I may need to change a provider. I may need to change a provider. May. Let's just okay. It turns out that this implementation is related to a different Proxmox provider for Terraform. I need to investigate the latter, as it may be a good idea to move to it. But this needs some work. There will be definitely some difference, but at the same time it may be better. I can find the latest. Okay. What? It's documentation. Where is the documentation? Documentation. Thank you. Guides with environment. Ooh. Yeah, it seems a good idea to actually look into this one. It seems way more in depth than the one I'm using. See all. Providers. Proxmox by Tenmate, Proxmox by GP. So for the time being, I've been using this. There is this, but there are quite a few. Wow. I'm curious now. Five years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Five, 3, 2, 2, 4. Two, 5, 4, 2, 3, 6 months. 4, 2, 4. These are forks about Termate, by the look of it. 10 months ago. A day ago. Spray. Okay, not what I need. This is interesting, truly interesting, especially because it works also for OpenTofu. And most of the things I've been doing are easily portable. Okay, so given that I will need to work on it, and I need to evaluate it, it's likely a good idea to actually implement this other provider in a different folder, and I can test it out. And testing it out, I can actually understand if it works or it doesn't. I don't need really that much to implement it, I think. I just needed to read the documentation and create a couple of files in a different folder, some of which can be kind of I don't want to say a copy and paste from the current files for the current provider, but most of the information is already there. And given that situation and this change, maybe I can actually try it directly through OpenTofu, given it supports OpenTofu as well, and I wanted to move to OpenTofu anyways. So yeah, but given this big finding, I'm glad Watchdog is working, and I'm glad there was there were some steps forward in a good direction, in my opinion, even though they were different from what I expected. And for this reason, I will not move into Ansible right now. I will actually end the stream maybe a bit earlier than usual, but I will end the stream soon, a couple of minutes, so that I can evaluate this big change that is oncoming, and probably during the next stream I will actually implement OpenTofu, this provider for Proxmox, and recreate what is needed. I will not delete the current Terraform repo or configurations. I will actually publish the working version of the OpenWrt definition for Terraform for the telmate, using the telmate Proxmox Provider, and that's it. I will probably not maintain both, so it will work for now, and I will focus on OpenTofu from the future streams. That's what's going to happen most likely, so I can slowly move more into open source material as I wanted to do it. And this provider is giving me the confidence to do it. Anyways, for this stream, that's it. Thank you for watching. It was, as usual, a good stream, a good step forward, and see you next week. Bye.